This question comes to us from Anton Jovanovich, and he sent this question in to the Ask Prof page on the website rdwolf with 2fs.com. He wants to know whether anywhere, and he says anywhere in the world apparently, there is startup money from the government, tax-funded startup money for worker co-ops. Is there a way that governments or a government provides that kind of support for the development of worker co-ops? And the answer is yes, there are actually many societies that do this in various forms. But I'm going to give you the one that has caught my attention over the years, and that comes from Italy. In 1985, the Italian government, under pressure from the trade unions in Italy and from the communist and socialist parties in Italy, made a change. And they passed a law, and it's called the Marcora Law. It's the name of the Italian legislator who led the way to get this passed. And the law is still on the books, so it's a relevant story to tell you. Under the Marcora Law, here's how it works. If you become unemployed in Italy, you can choose to get a weekly paycheck, sort of like we do here in the United States, or you have a second option, which we don't have here in the United States. If you get together at least 9 other unemployed men or women like yourself, and you say, we are going, us as a group of 10 or more, we are going to start a worker co-op, the government says, we will give you the entire money that we would have paid to you in weekly installments as a lump sum right now, so you get all that money in your hand, on condition that you use it as startup capital for a worker co-op enterprise that you will all now work in. Italy has more worker co-ops than most other countries in Europe, and one of the reasons is that law. In other words, it took taxpayer money that would have been paid out to these people as individual checks to keep them going. But of course, to keep them going when they were unemployed, feeling bad about being unemployed, perhaps being a burden in their community or their families because of it. Now they are people who are working, and they have an enterprise where they're working that they themselves own and operate. This is a very interesting and useful use of taxpayer money, say the people of Italy, because despite several efforts by industries to undo the law, those efforts failed and the law remains on the books. So the answer is yes, taxpayer money has been used and has been used successfully to begin and support worker-owned and worker-operated enterprises.